Hello, this is Kitty Anderson. I'm a board certified menopause coach, and today I'm going to teach you all about the 11 categories of things that impact your weight and managing your weight. This is all very complicated, and I'm going to simplify it. Here I am, age 67. I've been using HRT for 17 years. I've been exercising daily for 18 years. I've adopted a whole foods, nutrient-dense diet for the last 14 years. So this has put me in the best physical shape. I coach women to menopause recovery using a 15-point plan that optimizes the HRT. Our doctors just don't do this. We count and add nutrients, necessary supplements, and anti-inflammatories. Learn all about it at jumpstartaip@gmail.com. Today, I'll introduce you to 11 elements that affect your weight. Hi, it's Kitty Anderson again. I'm a board certified menopause coach, and I've started this YouTube channel just to help other women. Only 3% of menopausal women are getting HRT in the United States. HRT has a massive impact. Many of my clients lose 10 pounds per month just with the HRT and the extra elements for enhancing sleep. And other countries are higher levels. Other countries are more protective as far as getting rid of the products that have some heavy side effects. In America, unfortunately, we still have products with very serious side effects that don't make you feel so much better on HRT. I cover how to choose your HRT in my ebook, The Best and Worst HRT. So my number one message is always use transdermal estradiol, not oral. Use progesterone, not MPA, and use transdermal testosterone in addition to the estrogen level and the progesterone level. All three are really important, and all three kind of funnel into creating your mood. Now here's a good screenshot for you. The 11 elements for weight loss. We're going to talk about hormones and prohormones, nutrients, light, infections, supplements, herbs, movement, hormone disruptors, toxins, detoxing, and uncontrollable elements. These are all critical, and every weight loss program needs to consider these things. Today, I'm going to talk about weight, which you won't hear me talk about this very much, and it's not a big issue, even though this is probably your number one signal that your hormones are imbalanced, right? So through perimenopause. And so we can get your attention by talking about weight. Consider coaching if you'd like to optimize your HRT, because this enhances metabolism. But weight is something that's basically going to take care of itself when you work on nutrition and movement, sleep, stress management, some of the other coaching topics that we talk about. Here is the menopause trap. Many women get caught with low hormones, and that increases fear. It stops you from trying HRT. It stops you from productive meetings with an HRT provider. Low testosterone means you lack motivation. And in our for-profit medicine system, your doctor doesn't know how to personalize your dosing. Doctors aren't always trained in HRT optimization. We do this in coaching. It just happens. I got on the scale this morning and I'm about 5'4", almost 5'4.5", and it was 116.5. And I was like, okay, that's almost my high school weight. Of course, I was 50 pounds heavier at age 48. Now I'm 60. Let's talk about hormones and prohormones. These include estradiol, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid, vitamin D, melatonin, pregnenolone, and endorphins. You will be working with one or more doctors to balance all of these. But there's some key things that the HRT manages. So I'm always going to say get your HRT first, because weight loss is close to impossible without the HRT. My clients commonly lose 30 pounds or more once their HRT is optimized and they adopt a low-carb diet. This is critical. And there's some really understandable reasons why. So you're going to get your estrogen first because it really controls the meal size. So how big of a meal you eat. So if you have low hormones, it's going to drive you to eat bigger meals. And if you have low hormones, it's going to drive you to eat more frequently. So having the HRT will boost your levels up, still not to reproductive age, but you want to be on high dose HRT too, because none of the low dose products will give you weight loss. I cover 20 ways to find a doctor and get your HRT optimized in coaching. Weight is never in an HRT clinical trial. Researchers forget how important this is to us, and they forget that solutions are multimodal, so they never factor in diet into any of the research. The other thing that estrogen drives is the use of food as a reward. And you think, that's crazy. How is that possible? And why is that possible? And it's really just trying to get you to eat more in order to build up those fat cells, because the fat cells will generate their own type of estrogen, not the good kind of estrogen, but it will still generate some estrogen. So the old-fashioned way of doing menopause is to fatten up. It is. It's just your body is driven. The low estradiol levels is going to drive you into food. Binge eating, anorexia, night eating, and never feeling full are all very common with low estradiol. Estradiol is a key element in your metabolism. So the other thing that estradiol will manage really well at the high doses, not at the low doses, at the high dose, which is a 0.1 milligram patch or higher. You can go higher. Remember, your doctor does not know your dose. 25% of women need above a 0.1 milligram estradiol patch. So you've got to experiment to figure out your dose. We do this in coaching. 2 milligrams of 1.1% gel or higher. You can go higher. There's no evidence that your dose is related to any adverse reactions as long as you're doing transdermal. So you can go as high as you want until you get a deep sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is going to be critical for weight loss. It controls your metabolism. And we know that sleep interruption, which is really common in perimenopause and menopause, actually never gets better without the estradiol. So you need that, because sleep problems lead to food problems the next day. We know there's a cycle between these two things. So get a good, deep, refreshing night's sleep, and that moves you into a healthy choices food day. You're not driven towards high carb. We add many things to enhance sleep, but we also want to take things away. Here's a quick list of things to avoid. Interrupted sleep will drive you to high carb. So you want to make sure you get the estradiol high enough. So those are some of the things that you want to do. The other thing that's an element of HRT is progesterone, not MPA, but progesterone. And you can use an oral micronized progesterone. Some people do have a positive result with transdermal, but transdermal, it's harder to get it to absorb through your skin. So progesterone is the calming hormone, and it's hitting certain neurotransmitters in the brain that deepen your sleep. You are having a negative reaction to progesterone. Please come for coaching. We have many options. You take it right before bed and you will fall asleep, have a great sleep result, and wake up the next day and not have to deal with the high carb craving. Don't ever give up on your sleep habits. There is so much about sleep biochemistry and sleep behaviors. So that's another element of the HRT that's so critical to get that into place and get that high enough so that it also deepens your sleep. The sleep center of the brain actually has places for estradiol, progesterone, and testosterone. So you want to make sure that you're getting this fabulous, fabulous sleep. So you can actually increase your progesterone to as high as 400 milligrams oral per night. So you can go pretty high as long as you're not having a progesterone sensitivity issue with bloating and mood issues. Some women do. So your progesterone is always weight neutral. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the testosterone. We also have testosterone receptors in the sleep center of the brain. So it's another element that you want to get into place. We cover 20 ways to get testosterone in the United States, including taking research to your current doctor. Run to high carb. So these are some really key things that influence your weight. The last thing on testosterone is that it helps to regulate your metabolism. So you're going to see men go on a same diet as their wife, and the men will lose weight and the wife won't lose weight because she might be low testosterone. So it's not building muscle in the same fashion, and it's not streamlining the body. So a lot of your fitness results are going to come from boosting that testosterone. Fitness is a part of your overall health, but it doesn't always affect your BMI. It will affect your muscle mass. You won't have the flabby underarm. You won't have as much flabbiness. It actually is wonderful for skin too. I mean, testosterone is really fabulous for skin. So you should see improvements there. But really, regulating that metabolism is helping you burn calories faster, right? Adding muscle with testosterone is easy. And so that also burns calories faster. So some of these things are taking care of themselves when you get the HRT first. It's getting your body recalibrated to lose weight. And then you still have the work of exercise, but because you had a deep sleep, then you're happy to exercise. You feel energetic. Testosterone also boosts your energy. So these things all play in together into weight loss. To put your head in the right mindset, to have all that mood boost that you get from maximizing these hormones, that just gets you ready for fitness. If you want to make fitness fun again, please come for coaching. Around all day long. Sometimes I use a weighted backpack, to add a little bit of resistance while I'm cleaning. And I do 60 minutes walking a day, at least, probably close to 10 or 12,000 steps total. I'm always combining different types of activities. And remember, new research in 2024 tells us that nutrition has higher impact on your BMI than exercise. So we work out your nutrition plans in coaching. And that's like a coaching type of question. We ask you, what can you combine this new habit with in order to pair it up and make it happen, right? So you take a habit that you already have and you pair it with that exercise, and then that moves you towards wellness. So I never put pressure on my clients to lose weight. We've got to modify the hormonal systems in order to make it possible, right? It's not really fair to ask you to swim upstream. It's not fair. We've got to get you the right supplements, right? So we're using body identical hormones that will make you feel like you're 40, right? You want to feel 40 in order to get fit. And luckily for us, it gives us the mood boost at the same time. So we're really up and running and have vitality in our life again. Although that's not the centerpiece of my life. No. It is not. Health and wellness is the centerpiece of my life. Vitality is the centerpiece of my life. And the weight just went with habits, right? And it's never something that I emphasize in front of anybody. You're a person first. You're a person with a full life and a full plate. Oh my gosh, you got a full plate. So it's not the centerpiece of coaching at all. It is something that comes because we get the other elements of health lined up. It is something that happens naturally because of our body. And honestly, we have benefits of weight loss while we're losing weight. So it's not like there's a magic number that you need to be. 116 was never on my list of things to do. Never. I just ended up getting some of my hormones optimized and then re-optimized. So I had an opportunity to change the way my body was processing food. But I've been almost on the same nutritious diet is key. Higher levels of nutrition instructs the brain to release the fat cells because the brain is confident that it will get the nutrition it needs the next day. And the diet part of things you'll see in my video on food, which is I use a high nutrient load diet because estradiol is controlling how much nutrients are getting into my body. So that's kind of the focus. What you may not know is that your weight is very much impacted by your brain and your mood. The focus. The other thing is a focus in my life is brain health. You're going to find me the one menopause nerd that knows more about the brain because I'm on my 5th neuroscience course and I am figuring this out through those courses plus some basic biology, the biology of food class that I took. So if you have persistent mood issues or cognitive problems, please come to coaching. I have developed expertise in over 30 therapies for brain health. And the extra, I'm certified as an autoimmune protocol, immune strengthening diet coach. So I'm working on that and making sure that every meal has food in it that has this high nutrient load. I do have an additional leadership certification from the Boonshoft School of Medicine. And it's a do-it-yourself project. This is something you can do. With a few coaching sessions, we could get you kicked off and started in that direction. And those identifying those non-inflammatory foods will take off the water weight almost immediately. Getting those out of your diet will take care of that. And then a new study at the end of 2023 helped us understand that having a COVID infection will actually cause weight loss resistance. And then you're moving into nutrient density and healthy fats, and you're working on the absorption of nutrients to make sure that you can actually build muscle and stay fit and strong and generate energy. Any energy building program will be similar to weight loss. I had a very low energy time. I had something they called fibromyalgia, and it was really a breakdown of all of my body systems. So I really have been through the ringer. That was at menopause, and I have been through it all. And I've been 50 pounds heavier, but really the weight loss comes every time I move towards higher hormone levels and nutritious diet. I cover many of these details in my energy program ebook. So I know I make it sound so easy. It's not easy. It's just a different way of looking at food. You have to change your orientation. And then I do have some helpers as well. I can't, sadly, here's the sad part. is that my ADHD that was super manageable premenopausally got hard to manage postmenopausally. And we now know from new research on reproductive age women, there is a strong hormone connection to your ADHD or your focus. To improve this, you optimize your hormones. And so I have an ADHD med. It's a generic Adderall, so very inexpensive. It is an appetite suppressant. So, and it's not that I want to go without food, and I don't ever go without food. But because it suppresses my appetite, I can get home to my nutritious food. So I don't have to eat out that much, and I don't have to sacrifice the nutrients. So it just allows me to go an extra hour or two. And it takes care of my attention issues. Although the higher I go on testosterone, the better my attention is anyway. So I probably could go without the ADHD med. But as far as a weight loss tool, it has been a weight loss tool for me too. Dual purpose. And that has been a weight loss tool for me. But really, it's keeping me on my nutritious diet because I don't really have a goal to lose weight, but so that probably makes me different. But having fibromyalgia and recovering from that really makes you value health, right? We typically notice weight gain because of the way our clothes fit, and that is really troubling, but it is only the tip of the iceberg, right? So if you're at the very beginning of perimenopause, then you're just noticing the weight gain, and that's the only thing that bothers you. Maybe the sleep disruption, you're thinking it's your family, it's your workload, it's all different types of things. You're not really thinking that this is hormone related. Weight gain is a signal of biochemistry changes. It's time to increase your education. So once again, as a tip, get that HRT in perimenopause, get it started at a moderate dose, and then as you're losing that function, you're losing those hormones over the course of perimenopause, then you're going to add more. You're going to dose up. And they say, and this is not my experience, but they say that you can dose down when you're very old. And I'm guessing it's because the transdermal goes through your skin faster. I'm guessing. And I have not experienced that, right? I have not experienced that. So I'm in my 60s where most women are really getting rather round, and I'm really not getting that body type. And that's attributed mostly to hormones and nutritious diet. So I'm oversimplifying everything. It's a lot of steps to get to the nutritious diet, but you just take it one step at a time. And you're a capable person. You can do this. This is not beyond you. This is something that you deserve. I mean, you are definitely worth it. All women are. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel, because women don't have honest information. They don't have someone who's informed, just who can serve as an example. Especially if a doctor does a video, sometimes I find, it's not a person. It's not a person who did the battle. It's a doctor who's superhuman anyway, because they're incredibly intelligent and capable and have access to resources and information. And, so they have an advantage, I think, and it's sometimes hard to relate to them. So I hope I am relatable. I am happy to help you. Just email me at jumpstartaip@gmail.com. And I usually have some coaching sessions open every week. If you want to sit with me, get some motivation, get some education, problem solve your situation, I'm so happy to help. That's exactly what I do. Anyway, good to see you again. Take care. Bye. Once again, if you'd like to build your own personal plan for menopause recovery, email jumpstartaip@gmail.com, and we work it out in coaching. This is a 3-month contract where I work for you exclusively. You can learn more about the 30 things that affect your weight by emailing jumpstartaip@gmail.com. Please share this video. Let's help our sisters.